guys? We're back for another Oktoberfest beer review. This is number 5 on the list of 2021 so far. It's been pretty much all the bigger craft beers in the States, but we'll get into some of the smaller ones as they start rolling out. But today, a classic icon in the world of craft beer, and that is Sierra Nevada's Oktoberfest. This is an Amber Märzen, as they're listing it. This is just, I think, the best looking can, period. It's nice, it's clean. There's something about that blue and white checkered thing that just works perfectly. Now, if I am not mistaken, Sierra Nevada used to do like a crossover collaboration brew with another German brewery. I think they would switch annually until last year. I think last year when the pandemic hit, they had to kind of just do their own thing because it's just like we can't really fly over Germany or bring people over. And sadly, this year looks like it's the same thing. It's like it's their own thing. Not sad that it's a Sierra Nevada beer, but I always looked forward to their collaborations because there's always a little different. And I love that about Sierra Nevada. It's like their Christmas ale. Always, it's a little different. I think I dig that. But anyways, let's get into this review. Let's crack this open. Pour this out. See if what are their specs? This is 5.5% ABV, so right nestled in that sweet spot of alcohol content for an Oktoberfest. And that's really everything they give you. So, again, that's the can. Let's get in the review, get into the smell. Okay, it's a nice aroma, not overpowering. Some of the last couple ones were very hard to pick up anything. This one, it's nice. There's a sweetness to it, kind of a deep caramel sweetness. Some roasted notes. Kind of like there's a bit of that woody toffiness going on, like wood toffee. We're gonna go with that, wood toffee. And it is more sweet. It does smell sweeter than like that molassesy kind of thing that a lot of the Märzens have. It's more of it's pushing not quite into the fruit realm of sweetness, but it's getting there. There's almost almost like a freeze-dried cranberry. It's not super sweet. It's not getting into that like that other berry, blueberry, strawberry, raspberry kind of thing. It's a little more subdued, but there is a sweetness aspect to it. I like it. I think there's a lot of things going on. I can dig it. There's the color, in case you were wondering. I can dig it and recommend it on the aroma. Let's get into the taste. That is a good beer. It's like the first time you taste something good, you forget that I'm supposed to be analyzing this. So you're just like, wow, that's good. I like this. The malt on under my tongue kind of hits the tip and goes about midway through. It doesn't reach all the way back. It has a bit of that charcoaly kind of aspect to it. Not too smoky on it. It does have that toasted biscuit malt, but it's not extremely burnt biscuit. It's a nicely toasted. You still have, where the peaks of the biscuit is brown, but you can still see the lighter color on that biscuit. That's kind of the level of toastiness that I'm picking up. And yet there's a sweetness to it. Almost you like used like a sourdough. And I'm sticking with it. There is still a hint of sweetness to this thing. I'm trying to like put my finger on what sweetness it is. You know, maybe a caramel meets like a date kind of thing, which is not super like sweet, but it's in there. I like this. I do. I like it. It has a very mature taste to it, if that makes sense. Like, there's a lot of different little flavors going on, but they don't just kind of like blend together and blah. Like some of the Oktoberfest you get, it's like there's things going on, but they just kind of become one just gluttonous blop of nothing good. Or just it all ends up tasting the same. This one has a lot of different refined notes that you can pick up. And like the longer you sip on it, the more you're probably going to pick up. Look, if I just sat and sipped this over the next hour, like the hour, I'm probably going to just keep on pulling little notes of flavors out. There's a lot of different things going on. So I really dig this. I'm going to recommend it on taste. And I think regardless of what kind of Oktoberfest beer you like, if you're more of that, you want that really like woody, charcoal, smoky maltiness, or if you want more of a sweet, light, kind of like easier to get into maltiness, I think whatever category you're in, you're gonna like this one. This is like, it's a beer for everybody, and yet there's a lot of this. It's really a beer for beer drinkers too. All right, next time we got the price, and yep, I got this for about $2. Sierra Nevada is again not that expensive in the world of craft beer, so recommend it for that price. Next category is distinction. How distinct is it? I mean, it has all of those Oktoberfest Märzen notes that you're looking for. So that in itself, it's like, okay, this is an Oktoberfest beer. But each note, it feels more refined. It feels like it's not muddled together with everything else where you're just, like kind of, you can taste everything. And if you sit and if you really want to analyze this for an extended period of time, you can. Nobody wants to watch a 2-hour beer review video on one beer. Like, no one wants to do that. And it would take a gazillion years to upload it. So we're not going to do that. But you could, if you want. That's the thing. There's a lot of different things going on. That in itself separates it. Because a lot of the other Oktoberfest beers, you can't pull those different flavor notes out. And I like that about this one. I think this is just fantastically done. And so I'm going to recommend that on distinction. All right, next category is drinkability. And it's a nice beer to drink. If the malt was any more intense, it'd be a little more of a, you gotta slow down. This is gonna be a little trickier thing, because you do start to get that. It's really, for me, it's that really burnt charcoal, like smoky, like that kind of taste to it. Once that becomes really intense, it becomes much harder to drink. Like, at least for me, when that's the like major focal point of the malt, I gotta slow down because there's only so much of that I can drink. Like, it'd take me longer to finish this one. This is right at that tipping point where it's like, if you went further with it, you're gonna have to slow down. For me, but it's right at that good spot. It's like, okay, you pushed it to the limit without going over, and so it remains a very drinkable beer without forcing me to slow down, which is fantastic. I can keep drinking these, so I'm going to recommend it on drinkability. And last category is, would I buy it again? And so here's the thing. This is Oktoberfest beer number 5 for me. I think this jumps up to the top of the pack. I think this is my favorite Oktoberfest beer so far. And so for now, it could change tomorrow when I have another Oktoberfest beer, but for now, this is going to be my go-to. And so I absolutely will be buying it again. I'm buying it again next year. It's one of these solid Oktoberfest beers that you can always kind of rely on. Sam Adams is always there. Sierra Nevada, not as much, but this year I'm giving the nod to Sierra Nevada for the Oktoberfest beer so far. Stay tuned. I probably still have another, I don't know, I'm trying to get as many of these in as I can. But, so yeah, I recommended it on every single category, which means it gets the first Two Dudes official stamp of approval for the 2021 Oktoberfest. This is the very first one. Hopefully I get others to join it, but it's an enjoyable beer to drink. It has everything you want in Oktoberfest beer. It's not muddled down, and you can tell that they like making this beer. They enjoy it. I do hopefully one of these days they get back to making those collaborations, because those I always found very interesting, and I like those too. But again, the time we're living in, this is still a solid beer. I very much enjoy it. I think if you haven't had it yet, check it out. And also, keep watching these Oktoberfest beers. I'm going to try to keep doing them as often as I can, as long as I have any in stock. And right now I got like 6 other Oktoberfest beers just lined up. And I'm going to keep pumping those out. There might be an occasional pumpkin beer or random beer thrown in there. I got that low-cal Two-Hearted that we're going to see what that's about. But anyways, that is the review. Like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. If you've had this 2021 Oktoberfest from Sierra Nevada yet, let me know in the comments. If you had it on tap, generally speaking, from when I've had Oktoberfest beers, I just like it so much better on tap. But, in can, this one was pretty good too. So let me know. And so for now, for myself and for Sierra Nevada's Oktoberfest, take it easy.